Welcome back to 1834 Restoration House.
Thank you guys for coming along on this incredible journey with us as we've gone through all kinds of different houses, from ones that had fire damage to ones that had no attics to ones that had no kitchens. And finally, our latest house, the white plantation house. And I know everybody has been chomping at the bit to find out what's going to happen next. Well, let me just fill you in a little bit. First of all, why don't you tell us the good news before I do that?
Good news, our 1834 house has sold.
Yes.
It now has new owners and we have closed on it. So we can move on now.
Yep. There's a nice young couple living there now, and we'll know that the house is hopefully in good hands as they continue the journey. So now that the house is gone, we're ready to move on to our next great adventure. Well, we did some footwork. We went back to the house. We took lots of pictures and did a lot of research, and we finally reached out to a lender, and we had some conversations with them. But in the process of doing this, we discovered that somebody came out of nowhere and put an offer in on this house, and this person is from out of state. Now, I really hope that that person wasn't watching our channel and came in and scooped us out of here, so I sure hope that's not the case. But regardless, there's now somebody out there who is vigorously negotiating on this house, and we were prepared to jump into the fray and start negotiating too. But we found a little piece of bad news. The lender will not lend on a house that has a big gaping hole where there should be a column. And we tried all kinds of different things. We looked at renovation loans. We looked at all kinds of different things. And really it comes down to the fact that the columns are shot. The columns are missing or they're rotted, and they're concerned that it's not only a safety hazard, which it probably is, but they're also concerned that if in the event they had to foreclose, which hopefully would never happen, they'd be stuck with a house they can't sell. And I totally get that. But that's a bummer for us because it really makes things difficult, if not impossible, to proceed with this house. Now, a renovation loan could be had, but all of the work that an inspector deems as necessary would have to be done by contractors. So that means that all the columns would have to be fabricated, it'd have to be trucked in, contractors would have to come in with their heavy equipment and put these things in place, and who knows what else the inspector would find, because as you've seen on our previous videos, there's a lot of rotten wood in there. You know, we don't know how much of it is structural or not, but an inspector may come along and say, no, you can't do that. And, you know, it just puts us in a really bad situation. So the bottom line is, as much as I love that house, we had high hopes for that house.
Yes, we did.
And there are so many things we could have done with this house. The lender just made it impossible for us. And you know,
renovation loan kind of, you have to have contractors, so that kind of takes all the work away from us. Right. That's not what we were doing this for. It's not to just have a big house. Mm-hmm. It was to restore and save the house.
And take you guys through every step of the way. We really wanted to show you all of it. The other thing is having a competitive bidder in there driving the price way up. It just brings it to the point where we can't financially justify doing a renovation loan on a house, knowing that a whole bunch of money is going to have to be paid to contractors to bring it to a certain state before we could even close on it. I don't know if the competing buyer is aware of what they're getting themselves into or not, but that's kind of where it's at.
I hope they do.
If we could have gotten the house for much less money, we could have penciled it out and made it work, but it's just, it can't. You can't. So, I'm sorry. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but that's where we're at this point. So, so that said, where do we go from here? We will continue to do house hunts. We'll continue to bring you along, and hopefully, really hoping that somebody isn't, shadowing us along and snatching houses out from under us when we do these things. But that's just kind of a risky take, I guess. But we'll continue looking. We know that there are plenty of old houses around, some of them in various states of disrepair, some of them grander than others. But we'll try our very best to get you a house to watch that is really worthy of restoration. not just some, 1930s tract house or something like that, but something really special, because that's what this channel is all about, is bringing back the special house, whatever special house that may be. So stay tuned, and we'll start posting videos as soon as we have something to share.